Hey Sagittarius, welcome back to Distilled Tarot. My name's Shannon. I'll be guiding you through today's reading. This is a timeless reading for Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or wherever Sagittarius falls in your chart. Cross-watchers are welcome. And my intention for this reading is to help you come into better alignment with your highest good in this moment. Let's see what's going on with Sagittarius. The heart of your reading, we have Strength in reverse. You are definitely resisting some sort of big universal test right now. It feels like there's this opportunity to level up, to demonstrate that you have honed a skill, and you're fighting it for some reason. You don't want, it's like you object to the concept of being tested. It doesn't feel fair to you. It's a little bit of like demand avoidance, the way I'm picking up on this energy. Like you have learned enough to pass this quote unquote test. You would ace it, but it's like you don't even want to take the test. What's the challenge here? What hurdle is Sagittarius meant to overcome? What is standing in their way? The Ten of Cups. You are the one keeping yourself from your own happiness here. It's like, okay, if I get everything that I want, then what do I have to inspire me? What goal do I have to move toward? You don't want to get to the finish line. You don't. It's like, You want your Ten of Cups. You want to feel happy, but you don't want the journey to be over. A lot of the enjoyment for you is in the thrill of the hunt, is in proving yourself. The little sparks of joy that happen along the way toward your happiness. And you feel like once you land at happiness, it's going to be boring. Like there's nothing left to strive for. The striving... That's too many cards. The striving is what you're going for. I mean, like, what you're doing it for. The adventure of it. Let me think of an example. Let's put relationships as the example. Strength in reverse would be telling us that you are ready for a healthy, loving, committed, reciprocal, safe relationship. Safe in that it's not going to be dangerous for you. It's not going to be like a landmine or a field full of landmines. You're not going to be walking on eggshells in this coming relationship. But in the having of the relationship, like once you're in it, it's like, then you're just sitting around with your partner, doing life stuff, doing the mundane things of life. You're taking the kids to school, you're going to work, you're coming home, you're cooking dinner, you're talking about what you want to watch on TV, you're deciding if you're gonna go away for the weekend somewhere. All of these little things about life that make up, like the little bits that make up a happy Ten of Cups life, don't include things like or at least the way that you're conceptualizing it. It might for you. Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. It doesn't include a lot of adventure. It doesn't include a lot of risk. You don't, you're not a single person going to Las Vegas and betting 20 grand on blackjack. It's like, you have another person to consider. You have tamed that side of yourself. The Strength in reverse, that sort of like taming of the tempers. Sorry, I'm putting it into Severance speak, that TV show, if you guys have seen it. And I don't mean it in that creepy Lumen sort of way. It's like in tarot speak, this taming of the tempers is like more like the wild, unruly, unhoned, untapped potential that lies latent within you, is something that once expressed brings a level of stability and maturity. And it's that stability and maturity, once it comes in, it kind of pushes out the immature stuff. And that's the part of life that feels fun to you right now. And so you're resisting letting that immature stuff go so that there's room for the mature stuff to come in, because it feels boring. It feels basic. Your focus is on the Eight of Cups in reverse, so there's some sort of expected return. Either you or a person that you care about deeply has been away for a while, and the expectation, the agreement, is that you will come back together. Or you'll come back to something. If this isn't like a romantic reading for you, it could be like, I've been on a sabbatical from work and now I told them that I'd be back by such and such a date. I've gone on my adventure and now I'm coming back to be mature and grounded and stable. Or it could be your romantic interest has been traveling a lot for work and they're expected to be based in one central hub, one central location for an extended period coming up soon, and you're really looking forward to that because it's going to mean a lot of together time for both of you, because they're not going to be off on an adventure or like traveling a lot for work. Coming back from that, there's a return element here. It feels like you're waiting on it. There's a lot of expectation wrapped up in this feeling. In the recent past, we have the Hermit in reverse. This feels like more resistance energy. Like you could have taken this period of time to be on your own, to have some solitude, to get some peace of mind. But you felt antsy about it. You felt cabin fever, like you didn't want to be that person. There's something about like, it feels like, I don't know another way to describe it. It's kind of similar to what I've been just picking up on. Like you failed at life, like your life is over. There's no more fun left in life if you become this like homebody, never goes out, never has adventure, never has fun, exciting things going on in their life. So leading into this period of time, you've had this phase, this opportunity to really go within and focus on yourself, and you haven't done it as much as you could have. Because you felt resistant to that, because you don't want to be a drip. You don't want to be boring. You're clinging to that fun, rambunctious, wild, living in the moment, living in impromptu, making decisions in the moment sort of energy. Whereas the energies that you're stepping into, it looks like it has more stability than you're currently comfortable with. But look at this. The stability is coming in the form of abundant happiness, like joy, really deeply felt joy. And that's your challenge, is letting that joy into your life. Yeah, okay. From your spirit team's perspective, the reason this is all happening is to give you another go at it. So you're so resistant to this accepting of your 10 of Cups moment. You're like, no, I'm not ready for that 10 of Cups. I'm still on the journey toward the 10 of Cups. Don't give it to me now. I don't want it now. So it looks like that's what the universe is going to do for you, exactly what you're asking for. It's not going to come. Your 10 of Cups is not going to come now. You get to stay on the journey a little while longer and stay in the fun, impromptu, taking risks if you want to, solo sort of energy with the world in reverse there at the crowning position. Show me the near future. How does this progress? How does this story progress for Sagittarius? Oh, man overboard. Okay. So we have 2 messages that have come out for the near future. One is the Magician, which is you really taking the reins and crafting the sort of life that you want. So I think maybe this is like you've seen what the world or what the universe is about to offer you, and you're like, no, I'm not ready for that level of stability, maturity. It might make me happy at some point in my life, but it doesn't feel good now, so I'm going to delay it. And instead, I'm going to take that awareness and restructure it. You want to alchemize that positive energy that's available to you and transform it into something else. You want to use your creative juices and manifest the inherent potential of this 10 of Cups, and instead it's going to turn into something else, what you decide. You're like, I don't want someone to propose to me, or I don't want to get married, or I don't want to move in with someone. I don't want a stable relationship where I'm going to have to be beholden to someone else's wishes and desires, or constantly be compromising. I don't want to lose my autonomy when it comes to how I spend my money based on someone else's priorities or planning for the future. Like, fuck planning for the future. I want to spend every last dime that I have every day. I want to live life to the fullest, like pedal to the metal energy. And it's probably somewhere in between those two, right? But I'm giving you that like spectrum of an example to say kind of the scope of experiences that I'm picking up on. So the Magician says you will hold the power in the near future to kind of reroute the energies, the potential stable, happy future, reroute that into something that is more in line with what you want to experience next. Now, the other cards that came out for this same position, we got 2 messages that came out at once. It was the Queen of Pentacles in reverse paired with Judgment. So there's something about allowing something back into your life that is either draining your resources or is keeping you from receiving a measure of abundant resources that would be available to you otherwise if you left this thing dead, done, and over with and in the past. So you're holding on to something. It could be this thing that's represented by the Return, the 8 of Cups in reverse that you're focused on. Something's coming back, or you're going back to something. Judgment is saying, well, that thing could have been dead, quote unquote, in your life. It could have been fading into your past, but you are empowering a revival of that energy. You want to keep it alive. And by doing so, it's keeping you in this Queen of Pentacles in reverse energy. That being said, I feel like this is what you want. If you had to write this energy at this stage in your life, it would feel boring and unfair and like your life is over. Like you still want to, like we've just been saying, burn through all your money or make extravagant purchases or not have to worry about balancing your checkbook and, balancing your checkbook. I'm showing my age. Like overdrawing your account or running up your credit cards. Like it's that sort of an energy. It's being irresponsible with money in a youthful, naive, inexperienced sort of way. Like, I don't want to settle down, don't make me. But it's also the possibility of, being offered a promotion, but you don't want the responsibility that goes along with it. Like, I don't want to manage a team. I just want to do my thing. I'll stay at my current pay rate. And I'm not ready for that level of adulthood yet, or I'm not ready for that responsibility. It would change my life. It would make me I'd have to be on call 24 hours. I don't want that tethering me. Yeah. Okay. Show me surprise energy. What is going to affect Sag that we don't see coming? We have the Seven of Wands in reverse. If you're expecting people to come and try and take something from you, you're going to be surprised that no one is coming for you. So if you have your guard up in a certain sense, feeling like you have to protect yourself or your property or people close to you, this could be saying that there's no one coming, and that's kind of going to surprise you, hopefully in a good way. It could also mean that if you are trying to claim I'm going to use the metaphor of territory, because that's kind of how the energy is depicted in the art of the Seven of Wands. If someone else is holding some territory and they're defending this territory, and you feel like that territory belongs to you, this Seven of Wands in reverse as a surprise could be telling us that you're going to try it, you've been planning to go try and take this territory from this person or this group of people. And when you get there to try and take the territory, you're going to find that they give it to you, or they've vacated the area and it's just, you can just go in and take the territory. Now, this metaphor of territory can mean a job. It can mean a concept of an app you want to build. It could be rights to copyright for something, like a song you wrote, or like there's some sort of battle over ownership of something. So it's either the first descriptor or this ownership thing where you feel like there's going to be more of a battle. They're going to put up more of a fight. And if that's the case, they're not going to. It's going to be a lot simpler for you to go in and take ownership of this thing than you're expecting. What are we hoping and fearing about? 2 8s in reverse. So it's all about this effort. We have the 8 of Wands in reverse and the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. You want things to be a lot easier than you think. You feel like you're being pushed into a stage of your life where things are going to stop feeling easy. Okay. I feel this clash of concepts happening, And I'm going to do my best to kind of describe the way that I'm picking up on this. And I don't know if you want to hear it this way, but this is the way I'm perceiving the energy, so I'm going to describe it the way that I'm perceiving it. You feel like the way that you've been doing things is the easy breezy, comfortable life. That's the way you want things to continue. You're not considering your credit rating, your reputation with friends, coworkers, of being reliable or unreliable. You're not considering the potential of being injured or hospitalized or your car breaking down, like all these things that could go wrong in the future that you're not saving for, that you don't have insurance for, that you're living life in the moment so much, so centered on whatever you want to do in that moment and satisfying those desires on an ongoing basis, that it feels easy for you. And that feels wonderful and beautiful and like energy. It's energizing for you to live life this way. The way that kind of the cosmic weather that you are experiencing in this phase of your life is kind of nudging you or thrusting you or pushing you into shifting those behaviors, into honing this raw potential within you for stability and taking on that measure of joy that feels kind of like a finish line. But it would include things like saving and planning for the future, following through on commitments with friends and coworkers so that they trust you and you've built a reliable reputation and you can rely on those people to help you in the future. It's all the, like, having life insurance, having catastrophic health insurance, having insurance for your pet. I don't know if all of these things are recommended by the cards. That's getting a little too detailed for the way that I view tarot, but the way that I'm feeling this energy is very much like you don't want, you're afraid of that sort of like repetitive drudgery, losing the joie de vivre. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly. Hopefully I didn't just massacre the joy of life. You don't want the diligence, the discipline that comes along with this Saturnian energy of getting wrapped up in the flow of being responsible and reliable and planning for the future and doing it over and over and over and over and over again. Because it takes like a pattern of behavior to build that and maintain it. And that just feels like too adulty for you. And people who live that way, you feel like they are losers and they're missing out on, like, none of that stuff matters. You guys are all stupid for planning for the future. The future is not guaranteed, And I get that there are arguments both ways. The way that this energy is trending is toward star energy, is toward you in the near future, harnessing all the potential energies that exist right now and living life, pointing those energies in a direction that's more in tune so that you can live life on your terms, the way that you want to. Your vision for the future, your whatever your guiding light is personally, this is generated from within you. So this is really going to help you refocus on what you do want out of life. I see a lot of like what you don't want. And maybe you'll want this sort of, stable, responsible joy in the future at some point, and maybe you won't. Let's get you some advice. We have the Queen of Cups and the Page of Cups in reverse. Don't do things that you don't want to do. Spirit is fully supporting you here. If your heart's not in it, then you don't have to receive it that way. This feminine energy, holding on to their own emotional cups in reverse, not receiving what's coming their way as advice. You guys are being true to who you are in the moment. This test is sort of, what's the right word? It's like, it's not a pass-fail. It's like a measurement of where the universe can flow energy into your life. Okay, here's a possibility. Maybe you've been thinking that you wanted the stable life. I want to settle down. I want a manager position. I don't want to be stuck at this this level in my career. I want to level up. But once it's available to you, you realize, oh, you know what? That's not my dream life. That's not what I want right now. And Spirit's saying, if that's not what you want, don't take it, because the universe is going to continue flowing abundance into your life. Make sure that you know what you want. And if that changes moment to moment, be true to that. It's just that it may take some time for what is being made manifest into your life to shift. So if you want something one day and you don't want it the next day, it might be 6 months until the first thing shows up. And you're like, oh, I haven't wanted that for 6 months. But you did want it 7 months ago. You follow me? So I wish you the best of luck. I know this reading was a little bit like just reflecting your current situation back to you, but hopefully something in the reading helped. And you know that you're on the right track, and you can trust your own feelings to guide you toward what really is going to make you happy. So Sagittarius, I'm going to leave it there. Take care, and I'll see you back next time.